Hey guys, Coach Bill here with the Panic Perspective. It is so good to be back. It's been a while since I've checked in. I'm grateful that you're tuning in. I'm grateful that we have this time together to talk about anxiety and depression. I mean, let's face it, right now in our world, anxiety and depression has never been at a higher state. We're struggling out there and people need help. You may be one of them. A loved one of yours may be one of them. My goal is to, through tools and experience that I have gone through, share with you and give you tools to help you get out of that deep, dark place that you may be in. If you know a little bit about my story, when I was 31 years old, I had my very first panic attack, and it was brutal, it was violent, it was severe, and the whole thing, of course, took place right here in my own head. If you've struggled with anxiety or starting to struggle with anxiety, it's easy to place the blame elsewhere. Trust me, there's a million places that you can place the blame. But until you fully grasp that there is only one person that is causing your anxiety, panic, and depression, and that person is you will not get better. The bad news is you're the culprit. The good news is that gives you the key to the kingdom. That gives you the key to let yourself out. So for me, when I had my first panic attack, like most of you, my number one goal after that became never have another panic attack again. Very, very common. So to do that, I started to cancel on people that I had set up meetings with. I started to cancel social events, and I started to stay indoors more. I started to limit the amount of stimulus that I was having, and my life became smaller and smaller and smaller until finally I found myself just living a life of avoidance. And I knew that I needed to break free of that because I was someone that loved people, loved to be outdoors, and loved to be engaged in doing things. And so after my first panic attack, I had another severe panic attack, and then another severe panic attack. By about the time that I'd had my 30th panic attack, I started to realize that if I wasn't going to learn from these panic attacks, I was going to continue to have them. And so I started to journal through my panic attacks. I started to pick up on different cues and clues and things that were unique about the panic experience. And I started to try different things that I was picking up online, things that I was coming up with on my own. Some of the things that I tried that were the most helpful were the least intuitive, and yet they worked. And I found a way out. It took me about 2.5 years, but once I was out, I promised myself that one day I would come back and I would lead others out of the hopelessness that is anxiety and depression. And so my desire is that if you're in a place of hopelessness, what I am saying will spark just a little tiny bit of hope, because through that little bit of hope, we can use that, you can use that to start to learn some of the skills, some of the tools that will help you to break free as well. These are tools, again, that I have designed on my own. I'm not a licensed therapist. I'm not a licensed counselor of any kind. However, I do have a degree in psychology, university degree in psychology, and what I feel most importantly about, and what has helped me more than anything else, everything that I've learned through being on the mean streets of anxiety and depression and finding a way out on my own. And so I'm coming from a place of experience. I'm also coming from a place of having studied psychology. I've been a coach for the past 30 years of my life. I've been a high-level coach working on the tennis courts with students of all ages, all levels, And, in tennis, there's a lot of psychology. In tennis, there's a systematic way to get better. So what I would like to do is to apply all of the principles, all of my experience through being a coach, also being a father of 5, being a successfully married husband for the past 13 years, family man, a survivor, and someone who has not only learned how to survive, but to thrive through the experience of anxiety and depression, someone that has been a business owner for the past 30 years. Not only have I coached tennis students, but I've coached at least 100 coaches and taught 100 individuals how to coach the sport more effectively and efficiently. And so through all of that experience, what I would like to do is I would like to have you rejoin me, or if you're joining me for the first time, join me for the first time on this journey to freedom from anxiety and depression. It's great to be back. Thank you so much for all of your kind words. Those of you, again, that reached out to me and said, hey, we need your help. Where did you go? We want you back. I'm back. So grateful to be here. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be learning tools. We're going to be learning a skill set. If you want to become a good basketball player, you have to learn the skill set. If you want to become a good knitter, you have to learn the skill set. Whatever you're going to be good at, there is a skill set. The challenge is with anxiety and depression is you didn't know there's a skill set, but there is a skill set that you need to learn in order to overcome anxiety and depression and to master this area of your life. Just like you can master basketball, or you can become a master of knitting, you can also become a master of your own mind. And so that's the goal, that's the journey. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to be filming videos now on a regular basis and checking back in with you on a regular basis. Thank you so much. Invite your friends and family, anyone that this could help. Again, I'll be doing the heavy lifting. I just ask for your help in terms of liking and sharing the videos with people you know that could also gain help here. Thank you so much, and God bless.